you using those other SIMs as well?
Well, we're trying to switch me to the, the pay-as-you-go, so to speak.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, originally, John, basically we purchased a Verizon account just for Verizon, and then the AT&T one was like my secondary SIM on my AT&T account. And that was a grandfather plan from way back in the 1920s.
Right.
But recently they did away with that like 4 months ago. So now they're billing me $65 a month for that second data line. So it's like, let's
I don't
move
need
this
that.
along here.
It's not in use enough to justify that. I'm still trying to figure out a workaround for my Adobe, because it went from its introductory $35 a month to $60 a month. And I do not. I need Photoshop and I need Premiere. And but
Peel and reseal.
I don't need all of that.
I'll put my name on it.
The old peel and reseal. Eh?
It's staying closed.
Hmm?
Absolutely.
That's not right.
Pat.
Yeah, but once you pop that fresh one, it's like once you pop, you can't stop.
No.
I think they're both AT&T.
Yeah, I programmed them that way.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But is that using the old AT&T, your AT&T account because of that SIM?
No, it's on AT&T now. See, with this new software, you can program what you want the SIM to be.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's certain modems it likes and certain modems it doesn't like is what we're finding.
It's like a symbiotic relationship.
Yes.
Put in shade.
Oh, here we go. This just changed. AT&T webbing.
Okay, that's them, yes.
Are you trying to give it a non-pronoun, Jan? We don't do that shit here. But
Trump's in office now. That's all been done away with.
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
He's not standing for any of that shit.
No.
And interestingly enough, a lot of the corporates aren't either.
Oh, because they never wanted to. They just made things more expensive and more complicated. So as soon as he said federal was done, everyone, all the corporations was like,
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
It's logging as it just is not giving us any data. Let's see if I can hack into this shit some other way.
Yeah, we'll be going over network stuff in detail, so if anything weird happens, I'll let you know. Hey, Brett. Talking about Ubiquiti stuff with Sean. Do you remember us having any specialty switch requirements for the pods? I feel like we didn't really use a network switch very much because we got rid of the Dante Neutrik boxes.
Sorry, could you say your question?
Yeah. So in the last couple of years, we've had Ubiquiti switches in the pods.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, or in a year prior, there was a discussion about 2 separate switches for a particular reason, but we didn't have enough, so we didn't do that last year. There was a note that was left over in the pull sheet duplication. But I also remember we don't really have anything that needs a network connection other than the camera in each pod.
Right. I think originally when we were using the Neutriks, they would take a network connection.
Right.
That would be on the Dante network,
Right.
which, I'm assuming that Peyton was programming out those ubiquity switches for specific ports to be specific, VLANs.
I agree. Oh, and I guess the pedestals are networked as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the camera and the pedestal.
Oh.
That's it, right?
Yes.
And I think we did PoE for the cameras,
Yes. No, I think we powered them originally.
and then we just connected them to that switch. I remember there was maybe one camera that had an issue or something.
I think we ended up, because of issues over that much time, I think we just opted to go with hardline power.
I think so.
Because I think at one point we did PoE them to try and reduce the number of cables, but then we just went back to hardline power because it was more
Yeah.
stable.
Copy. Yeah, I think that sounds accurate to me. And then, but one switch. There was never. I don't think we needed two.
No, and if we're only going to the cameras, I guess you mentioned the pedestals as well, but are we going to pedestals? I know that they have that capacity, but we weren't changing heights in it, I feel like, in the last few seasons.
No, we set it and forgot it, and we set it manually with next to it because whatever was happening connectivity-wise, we weren't getting it.
Right.
Or
so
Peyton,
then
didn't want to set it up or something.
I just don't feel like it's worth running all those cables. If we could physically change the height of it.
Right now, I'm
the
trying
fact that
to
we could
log
change them
into
all last
this.
season. And then Manny wants to do what Mark likes to call pillow talk. To get them all, because he wants to get all their heads in the same.
You'd rather use the pillows
Yes.
than change the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That way, because the other thing too is that way the cameras always hit the same frame.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mostly.
More or less. Cool. Well then, that's only one run per pod.
So we could put one switch in the middle of them all. And,
Run all the cables. Right now, there's a switch for every pod in the
Right.
destinations. So as of now, we're taking 7 of those small throw-down switches just for pods in Meredith.
Is Meredith having more stuff going on? Not really. I mean, it's 2 cameras.
Is it 2?
Oh no, it's 1, right?
It's 1 because you do the ROI.
Yeah. Peyton also mentioned talking. I think one of the notes on that wish list was to do a 1080 session.
Yes.
But
Yeah, he did sort of.
I'm trying to remember what the point of that was.
That was from season 5 that he copied into the same note. Change TriCaster session to 1080p and rebuild show. And that said Daniel R. one day at VC Live with calibration grids and inputs. I guess we're not going to be doing that.
I guess I want to know what the point of doing that was. Because if our output is 720,
More resolution and then downscale at the very end.
I can bring everything into 720. So I think it was to do with the push going wide to tight.
But that's already a 1080 image, right? Or aren't they all 1080?
They
to start?
are. Yeah, I'm trying because we don't set the cameras to. Or do we set them to 720?
Not that I recall. But I could be
Well,
wrong.
we have to, right? Because we're ISO recording the cameras.
This is the Disney show.
But are we recording that setting?
Yeah, because that's the output format of the show. The only one that we would record
This is the
to 1080 would be the Meredith's
Meredith's
camera,
camera.
OBS.
which
Are there any other formats other than OBS for partition, which is?
we're not scaling that down unless we use a Teranex to scale it down to 720.
Well, I'm just thinking about
They have to all be the same, right?
It's similar to OBS, but
this doesn't show what's connected to where.
Yeah, you can tell similar to.
Is there a
OBS.
record? What's the VTR
It's
say?
vMix call, but it uses the same equipment.
Oh yeah, ProRes LT 720. Which means all these have to be, because they all have to match, right, in each key
Mhm.
graph. That being the case, we have to be, for this one, we would have to be knocking that down to 720. We have to be converting it somewhere. Like we're using a Teranex for that. Post wide, there it is, Teranex 2. So we're
Yeah,
knocking
so-
down to 720
Okay.
for the record deck.
So everything is 720, right? Which means that could then also go to. Where's the track? Post wide. In theory, that's coming from the Teranex.
Right. Now, if we wanted to push in, I'm trying to remember what the
Host raw, host RLI. Oh, host raw into the TriCast. I guess that doesn't matter because the TriCast will take it.
it will, but host, I mean that's an input, right? So
Mhm.
we could be sending the output of Teranex 2 to the TriCast.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, that's just.
John, I'm gonna give it some juice here.
Because it's Teranex
Oh.
2 coming back
The
in.
live view, I have.
Oh,
first.
really?
That's
Oh,
what
you
I'm
have one?
looking
I've got
for.
mine within on the bike.
Oh, Teranex 2.
In the case, but-
Okay, so then yeah, that might be coming back into the TriCast.
I guess the question is too, like, what is that macro doing when they, you know, when they zoom to Meredith's close up?
I think there's a transition, like a wipe.
Isn't it?
By the way, Dan, I called Elias. They very rarely use vMix call, especially with Cradlepoint. They use vMix machines, but they use Zoom.
Oh, you know what? This
Oh,
this is a different.
oh, it is a different connection.
Yeah, here, I'll grab
They
it.
end up using Zoom.
Yeah.
And, it's bad, but whatever.
I mean, it all depends on if they're going to get weird about the bitrate thing. Remember? If they do, let's just send them a text and ask for like some Apple gift cards. See if they'll. That was really funny.
See, we don't have this, which means they're building all of this.
See, that showed up right away. Oh,
Like all of those, why don't we have them? You know what I mean? Those friends.
oh.
Can't change the playback speed.
Can you jump on in? So those all intros. Just can go through them. There it is. So I guess the question is,
Okay, so update.
I think that's what it is. I think the comp
Yeah, it's just a comp
goes to,
between.
but it pushes into match, and then I think they switch over to the other input. Is that what happens? It's so weird. Why do we need the close up?
To record that raw, like just to have that for records.
I guess that's probably why.
I don't know what. We'd have to look if somebody has a save file of the video hub, which
What's
I think
on
we
that?
have it.
Oh, the
Okay, so
video
we
hub or
can't-
the.
Well, I imagine we haven't
That
changed
comes
it.
up
We have the
right away.
TriCaster session.
4091.
But that would that tell you what we're sending it? That's what I'm saying.
It'd be labeled in there. All the inputs would be labeled.
You
That
think
would
it'd be
say their
labeled like
sources.
Okay, that's good.
close up versus wide?
Yeah, I mean, we'd see if there are two different sources in there, right?
For sure.
And then we can also look at the comps and look at that transition macro to see what it's actually doing. Like when it goes to
Yeah,
the,
they're all
the thing
plastic.
to see if it changes the source or if it's just the same source.
That's true.
I'll see you guys. Have a nice night.
Bye.
Have a good trip, Dan.
Thank you.
Also, we may have this one working. You don't have a video hub. A video
The
hub
one we thought
labels,
was bad?
not
Right.
the salvo. Okay. Well, maybe. Yeah.
AT&T.
Open it up and look, but
Yeah,
let's see, there's
We're talking about, session
We're talking about-
1080.
that, yeah, which stemmed from my Switch question.
Right.
It sounds to me like